Hey guys, Noah from Stage 3 Motorsports, and today I'm going to be bringing you a review on these Baja Design Squadron Pros. We're also going to run through some of the specs and just general features of these lights. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. So those of you that are already involved in the off-road world have probably heard the Baja Design's name and maybe have ran their lights in the past. And so what we have here is their Squadron Pros, which is one of their more popular units that people like to run. These are a small pod style light that has 4 LEDs, and you can see that they come in both sort of a rounded square version as well as a full round version, and we have both just to display them, but you'd typically run probably one or the other. With that, these lights also have different beam patterns that can be purchased. So the ones that we have in our vehicle are wide cornering, which means that they give a nice wide spread of light at the expense of a little bit of distance, and they're really made to kind of fill around the edges of the vehicle and catch things that are off trail. Now there's also spot beam versions available if you're looking for more of a direct straight ahead distance style beam, and there's a combo version if you want kind of the best of both worlds, where it's not going to be exceptionally far as the spot or exceptionally wide, but it'll kind of catch a nice well-rounded beam pattern in front of the vehicle. Another area where you can kind of customize and vary these lights is in the actual lenses, and you'll see that there's both a white and an amber version. We're running the amber on our vehicle, which typically tends to work well in fog lights just because it's going to cut a little bit nicer through the dust and fog, whereas the white is a little bit brighter usually, but it isn't always as great for cutting through those really dusty conditions. Each of these little Squadron Pros is capable of cranking out 4,900 lumens a piece, which is a pretty decent amount of light, and most of that time you're going to be buying them in a pair, so as a total you'll be seeing around 9,800 lumens from just 2 of these little pods. These Squadrons are also no different from most of Baja's lineup in that they're built to be extremely durable and designed for off-road use. So they've got nice anodized black aluminum housings with these hard-coated polycarbonate lenses. That way they can take abuse off-road, whether it be getting hit by rocks and sand, or if you're pushing through water and muddy conditions where things are going to be really wet and just generally bad for electronics. These are designed to hold up to that abuse. It's also worth noting that these Squadron lights include both universal mounting brackets for the bottom of them and a wiring harness with a switch, so that way you can get everything dialed in. So with all the specs and details out of the way, let's talk about how these actually perform on our vehicle. Now the ones we have here, as I mentioned before, are amber lenses obviously, and also the wide cornering pattern. And we have 2 on each corner of our Raptor. So this is a little bit different from how some of you may run them, and I can't speak to exactly every different setup, but I will say in this case that the lights work extremely well and do put out quite a bit of light in front of the vehicle. Now, because they are wide cornering, there's not a ton of distance on that light, and it really does focus more on the edges and just getting a spread in a nice arc. So I'd say in our conditions, when we've been down on the trails and with trees and areas in the desert on the sides of us, you can get a good idea of what's happening next to the vehicle, or if you're coming into a corner, almost see a little bit more into it, and that is really nice. But it really doesn't do much for distance with these. Now for us, that worked out pretty decently because we do still have a 20-inch bar that's in the center of our bumper that really gets us the distance that we need. And so these really just work in tandem with that to get us a good fill of light on the truck. I'd say for those of you that are looking to run them without any other light bars or additional lights on the vehicle, you may want to choose something where you mix a spot beam and a combo beam, or have wide cornering with a spot or something along those lines to get a better fill or get some more distance with the lights to really make it useful off-road. In terms of durability, these Baja Designs lights have held up as well as Baja said they would, and especially being this low on the vehicle, they take a lot of abuse just in rocks and dirt and general trail damage, and this is also an area where branches and things can hit them too, and we've had no issues. As you can see, the lenses aren't cracked, they actually clean up pretty decent, the coating on the housings has stayed on without a problem, and we've had no issues with any sort of condensation or LEDs burning out or anything along those lines, so they've performed 100% flawlessly for us, which is excellent. Overall, I'd say the Squadrons are an excellent choice for most people looking to get a smaller LED light on their vehicle, and because of their compact size, you can fit them in a lot of different places, whether it be on a truck or a Jeep or a UTV. There's a lot of versatility there, which I like. Now, as I mentioned before, the big thing will be deciding which beam pattern is going to work best for you. So obviously the wide cornering has been excellent for us, and that amber to cut through the dust and the fog is really nice, but some of you may find it better to be running a white lens with a spot beam pattern on it to get you the kind of distance and light that you need. In any case, the variety is good to have, and I think Baja Designs has done an excellent job. So if you guys are interested in picking up some Squadron Pro lights for your truck, we'll have links down in the description that you can check out. That'll shoot you over to our website. And while you're down there, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss any of our other installs and reviews that we're always cranking out, and I'll see you guys next time.